the smile and I know you're here.
I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to have you here too. So we have the party today.
Yes, we do.
You wanted a party?
I forgot the popcorn.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
it's okay, we can eat it another time.
Yes. I am the one you call many names. Yeshua, Joshua, Jesus, Baba, Abba, Rabbi. I am the all within you. Each and every one of you that is listening right now. I am a part of you, and that is why you are here. And I love you. We have many questions, don't we?
Many. Thank you. I'll be saying the name of the person who asked the question in the beginning of each question. Do we begin? Shall we begin?
Yes, dear one.
Okay. So, the first one is from Vince. He's interested in yours and Mariam's life after the crucifixion. Where did you travel to? Did you have any specific goals you wanted to achieve, or did you just want to enjoy life quietly?
We were always enjoying life, even if we felt like we had a big purpose, like all of you feel right now. And I know that this story about what happened after our quickening is very interesting for you, and I'm happy to talk about it. As you know, soon it's going to be the day that you celebrate my resurrection, as you call. And we can talk about it more later, since we have many questions to go through now. And this one here told me that I should be succinct. And she tells me that I am the bossy one. So after that famous day when I was upon the cross, and I feel your heart, Elizabeth. You don't need to hold any pain regarding that day anymore. After all, we are all here, and I love you so dearly. And we traveled after that day not because we needed to escape anything. We did not feel unsafe in our own home. We knew we were one, but people were not ready to see us and to understand what happened with my body. So after those 3 days in meditation, I got back to my body, and I know there are many versions of what happened, and every single one of them is right. So rest in your consciousness, rest in your heart, that if you align with a story, with a version of what happened to me, of how my life was, it is the right one, because it is the right one for you. And it is the right one that is aligned with you in your experience right now. So if we, by all means, tell you a version that you do not align with, know that the truth in your heart is yours. Within this beautiful dream that is Earth, that is this human experience, you can choose. So I'm going to tell you the version that most of you here align with. After I so-called resurrected the body, we went on a boat, not a boat, a bigger boat, a ship. you called him Joseph of Arimathea, I guess. He was Mary Magdalene's uncle, and he traveled a lot, and he had those beautiful yes, the fleet, yes. He had a beautiful fleet of ships, and he used to trade all kinds of products with other countries, and he used those ships to travel around the world. So we knew that we had that opportunity, and after we spent some time near Nazareth, we went to this port close to Galilee, and we left on this ship that was going to what you call Great Britain now. But we went through what one might say was a rough time on the sea, and we got a little lost if you think about space and time, and we spent too long in that boat, because you see, it was not like it is today. It was not mechanical. We had to go with the wind, let's say. So we ended up finding out that we were in a place where you call France right now, and it felt very, very right for me and for my Miriam to stay there and to start our new journey by foot. So we left that embarkation. That is not the name in English, is it?
I'm not sure, but it's okay.
You can change it later. We left that in a place where you call, it was close to that, not exactly the same location, but Saint-Marie de la Mer. And there are many, many legends about Mary Magdalene there, and Mother Mary and other Marys. That is why the place is called Saint Marie's right now. They got a little bit of it right, but not the whole part of it, because it was not in scriptures. And again, I was not using my name Yeshua, as you call. I was using John, sometimes Peter, sometimes different names that are from let's say a different culture than my own, just because we did not want to give away our identities so easily. We did not want to be adored, you say. We wanted to live a normal life. So yes, we wanted to enjoy life, but still we wanted to teach love. We knew that we were one with everything, and we felt so much, and we felt such a big connection to everyone and everything, and that's what was our motive to keep going for all those years that we did. And we spent a lot of time in what you call France, and we traveled north and south and west. We went everywhere. And we lived many, many human years, as you might call it, because we did not abide in time anymore. We did not see time and perceive time as you do right now. So we could exist in many dimensions. That is the best way that I can explain to you now. And that is why you have this perception that the time is linear, and that we spent all those years on earth, but in truth we were living outside of time. And that is also why there are so many versions of how many years we lived after the crucifixion, because many people align with different versions, and also because we were not living within time. So people that were strongly living within the confines of time, they did not understand it in the way that people that were not living in the confines of time understood. So they perceived as if we lived 30 years, 80 years. But in what you might call, we lived over 600 years. And we went to the Americas. We went to very cold places. It was a very, very beautiful journey for us. But our purpose was still the same, was to teach love and to keep choosing love. Even in our enlightened state, as you call right now, we were always and often presented with the choice. We could always choose. It was not something that, as we achieved that status, as you say, that we did not still need to keep choosing love. But that is why we got to live those many years, because we kept choosing love. Does he answer the question, dear one?
Yes. Yes, thank you. He also asked, well, you already answered how many years you lived, but how many children did you have?
This is another question that has many answers. And you know that because you've been confronted with different perspectives. When we left Jerusalem and Israel, we had 2 children, boy and a girl. When we arrived in France, soon enough, Mariam got pregnant again, but we also adopted many on the way. So we had 7 children within the first, time is confusing, right? Around 200 years, we had 7 children of our own, and we adopted many others on the way. We did not keep count, because often they would leave the body and they would come back in a different body, but it's still the same being in a way. So there were many, many, many children that we had.
A part of your own.
Yes.
Thank you. One more question from Vince. He's asking if you have any direct descendants alive today.
You could imagine that, yeah, we do.
Julie is asking about Christian religions, and as there are many of them and each one with their own version of the truth, could you elaborate on religion versus spirituality? And she would also love to know how much of the New Testament is accurate about your life.
It is a good question. Religion is something that man created, and it is beautiful in its own merits. It is a showing of someone's beliefs within the dream. It is a choice. But you also gave spirituality a name that resembles religion a lot. You change the beliefs, but you still believe something. You are still confined in how you perceive the truth and your truth and the whole's truth, and you align with each other. So in many ways, spirituality is just another way to speak about religion. But being spiritual is your natural state of being. It is truth with capital T. It is love. There is no way around it. So every single being on earth is spiritual. You cannot do anything outside of spirituality, because if you believe that being spiritual is being God, you cannot escape from God, right? So you can choose yet again. This is a theme for this year. Choosing love. Being presented with the option and choosing love again and again and again. Like we learned to do. It is something that you can learn too. So every time you face that option, you can step back and observe as the spiritual being that you are. We will never tell you that your religions are wrong or right, simply because they are non-existent. They are part of the dream, and you can choose to experience it however you want. And as long as you are abiding in love, you are abiding in God. But I'll tell you that God does not discriminate. God is oneness, is unity. It is the most profound kind of love that you can ever imagine and not grasp with your human minds. And the New Testament has many things that are what you call real and true. But I would tell you to go with your own discernment. What does your heart tell you? Because that is what you are experiencing now, and that is what you are aligned with now. So if that sounds true to you, if it sounds true to you that I multiply the bread, go within and ask you why. Isn't it maybe because it is something that is in you too? Everything that you perceive in your reality is you. Take that in your consciousness. So however you decide to perceive any text, any books, any scriptures, it is how you perceive yourself in this beautiful dream that you chose to live.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
So are you. I'm making you blush.
A little bit. Corina and Tanya would like to know more about how you connected to Source and was able to heal others, and how can we use our hands to healing? If you can explain a little bit about it and maybe teach us the procedure.
I guess it would take a lot of time to go in depth into that. But I connected to Source by remembering that I am Source. By going within and understanding that I was not separated from my father, my mother, Source, Creator, God. And then I started understanding how it was all around, and everything is made of this same molecule that is God, and it is within every single thing, and every single person, every single thing is alive. So I connected to Source simply by remembering that Source is all there is. It is not something above us or below us or around us. It is everything, every single thing. And that is how I was able to, quote unquote, heal others. I was not healing them, I was showing them that they were one too. And God is always perfect, always whole, always holy and divine. So as I became that resource for showing others their own nature, that is all that I was, and that is all that I am. I'm just a mirror for you. And as you perceive me, you see how much of God you are too. And that is our mission together. So we can show each other that there is no separation. So when I touched those people that were ready to receive the healing, they healed themselves because they remember they were not wounded, they were not ill, they just were. They are. I showed them, when they looked at me, when they looked in my eyes, they saw God only because they were ready to understand that they are also God. They saw that reflected in my eyes. It was not that I was more God than anyone. I just, you might say that I understood it, and I was willing to show others, because many others understood it too, and many others today understand it too, even if they don't channel, as you call, even if they don't open to their psychic gifts, as you say. Many people understand they are God and understand their unity with everything. I was just willing to play that dramatic role for you, so we could be talking about it today. So I used my hands as a conductor of that energy, that God energy. But I used my eyes, I used my voice, and many of you, and all of you actually, have that same ability. You just need to go with what you have right now and live the present moment. So you can use your hands as a conductor of that energy, so you can bring that energy to your own heart center and spread it to your hands and show it to others, what I show you now. Because if you can perceive in me that ability to heal, it means that you have it. Otherwise it would be like me trying to explain you about a different element that exists in another universe. You have no idea what it is. How could it be on your reality? If it is in your reality, it is in you. We can never tell you this enough.
Thank you. We can maybe have one meeting just to talk about healing.
Yes, I would like that.
Elizabeth would like to know, how do light workers release fear of persecution?
My beloved Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Well, you can begin by understanding that it is within your role right now to carry that feeling. Exactly because before you took that body, before you incarnated, you made a list of things that you wanted to accomplish. Let's say like that, in very human and practical terms. Things that you call contracts. They are more of agreements than contracts. It's not written in stone, I used to say. It is a choice, and you can always choose. But you made that list, and on that list it was the will to empower yourself. Because, you see, you are the way showers. And you will show to others by example. That is what you chose. So, when you perceive it like that, when you see it outside of that bubble of suffering, you will see that you put that on your way because you wanted to learn how to empower yourself so you could help others empower themselves. That is the goal here. So once you are able to come forward with your authenticity, with your true nature, and show others what you are made of, let's say, without any fear of being judged, you show to all of those people that you are powerful and they can be too. So understanding the reason why you chose that path and forgiving that reason is how you heal it. You forgive yourself for putting you in that position. You forgive yourself for the suffering that you caused on you. You forgive yourself for being that one who raised the hand and said, okay, I will go to Earth. That shall be fun. And you forgive everyone involved too, because it is a beautiful, beautiful mission that you have. And you have everything you need to accomplish it. Everything. Otherwise you would not be here. I've told you that before and I'll tell you again. Earth right now is not for the fainted heart. So you are doing great, dear ones. Be kind to yourself and take your time. Don't rush. There is no time.
Thank you. I forgot mentioning, Mariam is with her hand in my back since the beginning. So if she wants to answer any of the questions, Fernanda already allowed her to.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, so if she wants to come, it's fine too.
Okay.
Thank you. The next question is from Jeannie. She's asking, what can you share and explain to us about sacred sexuality?
That is why you want Mary Magdalene to speak about it.
It can be you, both.
I'm good enough?
Always.
Oh, dear one. I understand that they want to go really deep with that subject and that we are not very much doing a service by speaking about it right now, but we will do it soon. I will help too, but my beloved Mariam would like to answer. I'll call her in.
Thank you.
Hi, Mariam.
Hi.
Hello, dear one.
Hello.
You would like to talk about sacred sexuality?
Yes.
We've been wanting to talk about that for a very long time. And I'm very thankful that you finally accepted. All of you here right now have this mission in common. You, Elizabeth, Tanya, Annie, and many others listening too. And we would love to work with you on that. We say a mission, but when we say it is a mission, it sounds like it is more serious than it is. We're going to have fun together. And we can explain a lot about sacred sexuality right now. But as my beloved told you, it's better if we keep it shorter today. So I will share with you that sacred sexuality is not within two bodies. It is within one body. you first understand your own divinity, and you first balance your own divine feminine and your own divine masculine, so you can express it outside of you with a partner. So my advice for everyone right now is going in that journey within yourself and ask yourself, how am I being loving to me right now? And how am I experiencing the masculine and the feminine energy? And I would very much like for you to write that down in a journey, on your devices, any place that you would like. So write it down, write those answers down, and keep them. So next time we talk, we will talk about your answers too. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, dear one.
Thank you for coming.
We've been sharing the stage here.
Yeah.
It's Yeshua back.
That's fun. Okay.
We like it too.
The next question is from Bettina. She's asking, how can you, Yeshua, who is pure Christ consciousness, manage to have an individuality, which we all call, and how you answer and always have your very special frequency?
Such a beloved friend she is. I am within the dream. That might shock many of you, because you believe that once you are enlightened, you live the dream, but it's not true. We can understand that it is a dream, we can see the dream, and we can choose to still abide within the dream. This whole universe is a dream, and all the dimensions, and all the criteria, and everything that we invented, it is all within the dream. And within this dream, we decided that we wanted to experience individuality. And I very much like my individuality. And I very much enjoyed my human life and my life right now. Right now, I am within a pocket of the dream that I can see and abide within every reality in the dream and outside the dream. And that is the path for all of you. So that is why I still hold this energy and I still hold this individual frequency. It's because we are all playing here together.
Thank you. Janet is asking, how can we master living in the present moment?
We have so many beautiful friends today.
Yes.
I'm very excited for our little party because everyone is here energetically.
Yeah.
Can you feel them?
Yes.
Now that's a party.
Oh yeah.
My dear friend, you master by doing it. It is the best way I can explain to you. You keep choosing the loving thing for you in every single moment. And you understand that the only thing that is real is now and love. So, your experience is centered, as we might say, on this present moment. So live in that, do that. And if you don't want to do, just be. Be yourself. Be authentic to yourself and accept your beautiful, beautiful divinity. You see that there is no past and there is no future. Everything is happening right now. So there is no confinement that holds you. in this idea that tomorrow is coming. Tomorrow is here. So what do you want to do with here and now? That is what I leave you with.
Thank you. Kim asks, what's your take on the concept of angels and archangels incarnating into bodies, and how often does this happen? With all of the light workers coming in, is this more prevalent now?
It happens all the time, dear ones. But linear incarnation does not exist on earth right now. So you will not meet someone that is 100% Archangel Michael. And that is what we mean when we say that archangels do not incarnate. I won't say they don't incarnate, but in human terms, so you can understand, they choose to be parts of your soul. They are aspects of your soul, of your higher self. So that is how they are incarnating now. A fractal of their own divinity and their own frequency meshes with yours, with your higher self, that is made of many, many other fractals. That is if we are not considering oneness, that everything is the same and everyone is one. But in our beautiful individuality, we have those expressions of ourselves, and we can choose before we incarnate to hold these pieces of divinity from the archangels and the angels, because they are you, and they very much like to experience life through you in all times. So if they are what you call your guides, they are also aspects of you. And there are many, many, many here. And yes, the light workers hold more of those, what you might call angelic fractals in human terms. Because your consciousness is a little bit more experienced, so we don't call you old. You would not like that. So you can hold more of those fractals. Do you understand, Yolan?
Yes. Okay.
You have more questions?
Kind of. So, in a way, our fractals are like for an example, when we have fractals of other people who have lived on Earth, can we access their memories within the dream? I know that in ones, of course we can, but
if it is aligned for you to remember, you will.
okay.
Sometimes it will not be beneficial for you, so you will not choose it. Your higher self will not choose it for you. We'll say like that. If it is not beneficial for you to remember that, you will not. And that is how you access those lifetimes. Maybe you have fractals that you will not visit their perspective on Earth, only their divinity outside of Earth. Let's say like that.
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Kim also likes to know, how do these angels or archangels experience the twin flame concept?
That is another thing that the Magdalenas will explain in more depth, as Annie is in agreement with. But let's say that each of those fractals that you have has a twin. So you have many twin flames. And I know that it is very confusing for the human mind. But not all of them are present on Earth, and not all of them are outside of you in a way. Some of them can also be part of your own higher self. So they are aspects, different aspects of you that you need to integrate. Does it make sense to you, dear one?
So you can be one of your own twin flames?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. You are your own twin flame. And the more you integrate with yourself and balance your own energies, and the more you learn to love yourself, the closer you are to finding your counterpart in a physical body.
Okay. Thank you. Jeannie and Tanya are asking, how is yawning related to the breathing techniques you wanted to tell us about, and how can we use those techniques to transmute pain?
The breath is life, and it is what connects you to your true nature. By breathing, you can access the God mind. So when your body is telling you that you need more air, it is telling you that you are experiencing more of that connection, or that you need to go deeper within, so you can listen to this inner guidance that you are getting. And it can translate in many, many ways. It will depend on your personal experience at that time. The body is a beautiful vessel, and it will show you what it needs, what your soul needs, and what your experience on earth is based on. So you see that the body will scream at you sometimes when you are going in a different direction that you agreed on. Let's say your body will start screaming at you and pulling you back. So listening to the body is very important. So when you yawn, it is a way of your body to show you that you need more breath inside. So you can go within, because every time you breathe and every time you focus on your breathing, you connect. You gain awareness of your connection is a better way to say, because you are always connected. So breathing is awareness. And you bring that awareness to your conscious right now. And that is how you do it. So when you yawn, know that your higher self, your extended self, like we prefer calling it, is giving you a message. So just go within and keep breathing to connect, to gain that awareness of your divinity, and listen. And that is how you also heal you and others and help transmutation of those energies. The more you breathe, the more you understand how connected you are. So once you are connected, you will see that you are not the body. Like right now, I'm using Annie's body to talk to you. So she is not the body. I am not the body. So that is how you transmute, by connecting to your breath and seeing how beautiful this experience is, first of all, and giving credit to yourself for being here right now in a body. That is the most important thing that you Lightworkers need to do right now. And then observe. You will see that you can pick it up, what you don't like, what you think is negative. You can pick it up and you can take it outside of your consciousness if it no longer serves you. As everything else on this experience, it is a choice.
Thank you. What's your definition of pain?
Pain?
Yes.
What is your definition of pain? We don't abide in that reality. The body suffers, the mind suffers, the emotion suffers. But we don't perceive it like you do. We say that it is just a way of your body, your consciousness, your mind, your emotions to call your attention to something that is needing healing. That is pain for us. What is pain for you?
Yeah, that was my point.
Yeah?
Yes. Thank you. Elizabeth would like to know how to remain in a physical body after enlightenment or realization.
You take the weight of your shoulder. That is how you do it. You forgive yourself for reaching something that most have not. You take that out because you already see and perceive everything as one. So you trust someone else's God as you trust your own. And you trust that when they are ready, they will get there too. Because it's not so much as a getting there. It is just a realization. It's awareness. And it is within everyone. But not everyone on earth wants to reach that right now. And it is also okay. They are all God. So you take that weight of your shoulders and you treat yourself with the same kindness that you treat others. And you choose the loving thing for you first and foremost. It is a good way to understand. And if the body is giving you those signals, you listen to it because you want to be in a body, right? So if you want to be in a body, you need to listen to the body. You need to love the body as you love your enlightened consciousness. So that is a way that you can perceive it. But it is very particular to each being.
Thank you. Leonor and Elizabeth are asking, who created God and what is the creator like?
God was not created, God is. Every creation came after that already existent source of everything. God is everything. He always was, always will be. If you are thinking in a linear time and how things started, you cannot understand and perceive the depth of God, of Source. You need to see and perceive it outside of that sphere, so you can understand that there is no beginning and there is no end, and that is God. God is everything and nothing. It is every particle in every universe. It never began being. It always was. What was the other question, dear one?
What is the creator like?
Like you. Like me. Like everyone. The creator is what you see in you and others. The creator is everything. The creator is you. You invented that reality you are living right now. Everything, not only your perception of your reality, but also your planet, your constellation, your universe, your family, your friends, your devices. Everything is a piece of you. You created everything. You are God. As you said earlier, look in the mirror. That is God.
Leonard would like to know how to live in the 3D while learning to be quantum.
Why do you want to abide in the 3D is my question for you, dear one. If it does not serve you any longer, you don't have to. Those are just human conceptions, after all. You are always living within every reality in every dimension. It is easy as breathing once you understand that you are all to choose which one you want to abide with. So if it no longer serves you, you don't need to leave it. You can choose your experience. It is that simple.
Roger is asking about chapter 17 in A Course in Miracles, which talks about the way ego uses love as its most vile trap. He says he has been perplexed by the difference between the special relationship and the real love only found in the holy relationship. He says he understands it better, but for all, could you please tell us more?
It's important to understand that, as everything else, your perception of it is what matters. So once you are really reading the Course, your perception of it is telling you what your experience is about that and what your alignment is around that. Because it is a course on oneself. That is what you are learning. You are learning about you, about love. So, love, real, unconditional, God love, is unmeasurable. There is nothing I can tell you that will compare to that. And it's very hard sometimes for the human mind to understand that love. Unconditional love. That is God's love. The conditional love is whatever else the ego makes up. And you see that once you use those words consciously, with attention, you have your answer. Unconditional. You just are. I am that love. I am the love that I am. Think in those terms. So there is nothing holding you, nothing stopping you or others. It is unconditional. There is no conditioning on it. That love that the ego has created to confine you is not love at all. I think it's understandable if you put it in those terms, right?
Yeah. Completely.
Yes.
Thank you. That was the last question. Is there a message you'd like to share?
I will not put you on the spot today, dear one, so you can choose a theme for us. I will just tell you to trust. Trust your divinity. The times there are what you might call coming ahead is what I said about choosing love. Take that deep into your heart and understand that you can always, always choose love. Because in fact there is no opposite of love, because it is unmeasurable, unexplainable. But a counterpart, you could say, that is fear. So when you are presented with that, look as an observer. Don't abide so strongly within the body and the ego. They are friends that will help you. They are not the masters. So look at it outside of the bubble and keep choosing love anyways. That will answer all of your questions. You are beautiful, beautiful beings of infinite love and light. The sooner you see that, the sooner you accept that everything you see in me is already in you, the easier everything gets. Trust me. I love you, each and every one of you. I'm so very pleased with this community that Annie and Flavia and each one of you are creating here right now. Thank you for that. It has been fun, this little party that we had now. We'll do others. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you.